the evidence came in quite clear that the bed was lit on fire. Had talked to the Randolph police on several occasions. She talked to them once in November. She also talked to them in June. She was consistent in the fact that she had gone to sleep, that she had tried to escape the burning apartment, and the defendant had beat her. We've seen pictures of her beaten face. In order to keep her in that apartment, she was able to struggle and escape. The defendant did not escape. He stayed in that apartment to the point where left the apartment, tried to save her son through a window because she was scared of getting trapped in the apartment by the defendant after he had already beaten her. When she was unable to get back into that apartment to save her 3-year-old son, she ran back into this burning building, the building that people in 24 apartments were running out of to save her 3-year-old son from this fire, ran back in, attempted to take her child out of the apartment when again the defendant tried to prevent both of them from leaving by one grabbing ankle and then hugging the child so that Ms. was unable to drag that child out of the apartment. Luckily, she was able to remove her 3-year-old child from that apartment. Your Honor, we heard that the defendant was upset, he was jealous, he was suicidal, and that he basically would stop at nothing to end his own life or end the lives of his loved ones. He also had complete disregard for the people in the 24 other apartments that are estimated to be 60 to 80 people. Your Honor, this is the exact reason why this statute was written. The defendant is a danger to himself and as well as but also to the community, Your Honor. If he's willing to take his own life in order to take the lives of and her 3-year-old son, what is to stop him from trying to continue with that and try and take his own life? There's nothing stopping him from getting into a motor vehicle, driving on the wrong side of the road, and killing anybody in the community in order to end his own life.
I would ask that Your Honor consider releasing Mr. St. Paul on cash bail and conditions that comply with the treatment recommendations of, at this point, Spalding Rehabilitation Team, and that would be sufficient to ensure Mr. St. Paul's presence in the matter before Your Honor. I would make this recommendation based on the Commonwealth having failed to meet its burden to prove beyond clear and convincing evidence that the facts and circumstances of this offense and that detention is the only means necessary, the only way to ensure Mr. St. Paul's presence and to keep the community safe. Your Honor, first I would start by saying that nothing before the court corroborates that this is in fact an arson. Your Honor, there's no reports of smell of gas, no reports of arson from the fire department. What is before Your Honor is the unescapable, certainly, point that this apartment complex that there was in fact a huge fire.
And the court has made a recommendation that we be placed in shadow custody.